20,000.
Hello. Would you?
Welcome to Radull Live. Of course, we've been focusing on Kenyan football, but because English Premier League is back, sadly, we have got to discuss Arsenal games. If it was up to me, I would just go over. I would ignore. For obvious reasons.
There's nothing to ignore.
But there's no one
You
better
shall be
to
impeached.
discuss English Premier League with than I want to call you my brothers, but brothers love each other. They don't tukana each other. Roy Karuhize
Let me just tell you
and
this.
Kieni Githinji.
Yes.
Roy, how have you been?
Let me tell you, my life has been fantastic and fabulous because I'm not a slay queen, so which means I can move ahead in life without COVID.
And without football?
Wow, it's been a really
It's
big
been
challenge.
3 months.
It's been 3 months.
It's been 3 months, man.
Remember, the thing is, we forget about the purpose of football. It makes you feel comfortable. It makes you forget the issues you have. So because it's not been there, people have actually focused on their real problems, which is sad.
Which you've been ignoring with football.
Their
Kenny,
own
have you been
relationships.
for the last 3 months, Bana? Imagine, 3 months.
3 months, by then I had to find something to keep myself busy, so I started, working out a bit more intensively.
Yeah.
With COVID, you need to build up your immunity and all that stuff.
You started a taxi company, just say.
Kieni needed COVID to start exercising.
Yeah, but I already started.
Not in a bad way.
But now we ongezed gear 5.
No, now you knew it is a matter of life and death.
Exactly,
in a
exactly.
serious way.
There's a lot
Guys,
of healthy living, yeah?
Guys,
Going on.
the Premier League started on Wednesday. The reason I've come with these jerseys today is to console myself, to show you guys how long. By the way, this was not my first Arsenal jersey.
Yeah.
This was my most important Arsenal jersey, Dreamcast, because it was worn by the Invincibles. And I just need to boast a little bit. This is Kanu, who has autographed here. This is Robert Perez. This is Thierry Henry.
Where were they on? When were these guys
By the way,
playing?
Thierry
On
Henry looks
Wednesday?
like he's
That's why she's right. They were playing during Kanu. That's why
During
she said
Kanu days.
Kanu days.
No, but guys, on a serious note,
Eh?
my goodness,
It's been a
I
hard
don't know
one.
why, as an Arsenal fan, I live on hope. We live on hope. And for some reason, we hoped and prayed that at least City would beat us 1-0. But that was such an embarrassment.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see, what I saw in that game is like their first 15 minutes, Arsenal seemed to know what they're doing. And
Yeah.
then they completely collapsed. And I think the biggest issue was lack of fitness. You could see it very
You
clearly.
could see it clearly in the players.
Because you could see the difference between City and Arsenal. It was clear. And what is shocking me is that it's kind of embarrassing for Arsenal to come back when they're not fit. And they knew all along that this was going to be their first fixture. And then they walk into a game and assume all is well.
I want to support Kenny on the fact that it's very clear what the difference was between the two teams. Man City were a much fitter side than Arsenal.
Yeah.
And we have to accept that, and Arsenal have to take responsibility for that. But what is very sad about the Arsenal issues, it's gone down to impeachment. Yeah? It's gone down to about impeaching Luis and pointing fingers.
I don't
right?
think so.
And just because he didn't have a face mask to cover his problems, the reality is the team has to take collective responsibility for that game.
Yeah.
They are blaming it all on one person. But if that person had to defend the entire period of the game, What were the guys up front
Exactly.
doing?
Because do you know those guys had 0 shots on target?
0 shot. Guys, it was an Arsenal performance. It was Jubilee. I mean, an Arsenal performance.
Right.
And it was not a Tangata. It was an Arsenal performance, not a Luiz performance.
Exactly.
But
so stop impeaching him.
But Roy, as much as it's a team sport and you
Yeah.
can't blame
Yeah,
one
yeah.
person,
Yeah, yeah.
Luiz himself cost the first goal
And
by
the second one.
ignoring it.
Ignoring the ball.
And the second goal,
Yeah.
and then the third goal, we're already 10 men. So we're already a side that is not fit enough. Then you're forced to play 10 men against Man City,
City,
of
exactly.
all teams.
Can I ask you a question?
So that is why I say
Yeah.
Luiz has to take 80%
He
responsibility.
cannot.
But the whole
No,
team,
no.
no, I agree with you. The whole team
Team-
was bogus.
If for
We played
Kenya,
for, I
it's
think-
going- I mean,
we
if
played
Arsenal-
for Roy. We played for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
The first 8 minutes of the
You
game.
played for 8 minutes,
That's it.
actually.
Can I ask you a question, guys? Let's take this realistically, right? What did Aubameyang do in that game? Answer that question.
Well,
Aubameyang needed to get the ball to do
he
something.
needed to receive the ball first.
If the
Yeah,
ball is not
yeah.
even coming to him,
So Luiz is being held responsible because the MCAs have said Luiz is the one responsible.
And we have to impeach him.
We have to impeach him. Therefore, we collect
Roy,
counsel.
the senator said Aubameyang is innocent.
He's innocent.
How? That's a problem of governance. We need to throw people
Okay.
out into the market and hold responsibility towards you. But what is a fact is very clear in that game
Uh-huh.
is Arsenal is not ready yet.
By the way, they're not ready
physically.
for the league, by the
Yes,
way.
Man City had been working out physically.
Exactly.
So I'm going to hold this responsibility not to Luiz and his hair and his reggae will never stop and whatever it is.
To the coach.
To the coach.
Yeah.
To the fact that you
Because
brought
even
an
when
unprepared side
and
to face Man City.
and when he had to make that sub for Xhaka, why bring in Luiz? He didn't have other options in terms of defenders, or maybe he
He didn't
thought
have many options, and then it was.
You have to use the
sudden,
nominated
Roy,
MCs.
Yeah.
Nobody expects within the 10 minutes
10
you're going to lose
minutes
a
a guy is
player.
getting an
Within
injury.
20 minutes you've lost 2 players.
You know the
it
most
was not in the plan.
It was the most unfortunate side.
There's
of
a
that.
reason Luis was on the bench in the first.
in the first place.
I think the sad part about this is the fact that I would expect the entire team to take collective responsibility, which means an open plenary session, yeah, where we victimize the entire team. However, what is sad about this is the fact that at least, unfortunately, Luis did not have. Football doesn't have face mask.
Yeah.
If it had face mask,
He could have hidden behind somebody else.
I would have still noticed him through his hair. But guys, looking at Arsenal on a serious note, I looked at our team list,
Yeah.
and I think apart from Aubameyang and Lacazette and Leno, the goalkeeper, by the way, the goalkeeper, we
But
would have
they
been
did all
beaten
the
6-0.
work.
We would
Yeah,
have been
yeah,
beaten
he did all the
6-0,
work. Yeah.
Apart from about 3 or maybe 4 players, we're a substandard side. There's a reason we're 9th, eh? I'm
Ati, you're what?
I'm trying to
I
Tukana
can't see
myself,
that
so you
low.
don't Tukana me. No, there's a reason we're 9th. We should probably even be 12th.
By the way.
Today we're playing Brighton at 5 o'clock. For me, that's the real test.
again, I
If we
just
struggle
ask
against
you-
Brighton, and then next week we're playing Southampton. Did you see them last night?
Yeah, exactly.
I keep saying
I'm
let's
not
keep,
doing another show with you guys.
let's keep things relevant, and I say relevant to the season. Is Arsenal is a substandard face mask. that's what it
No.
is.
But
Unacceptable
I
what it is.
think they can be able to kind of salvage. What they need to do is go back
There's
heavily.
no maturity.
No,
Kieni.
you see, the thing is,
In that
they
side.
first have to own the mistakes, right? Don't look
That's
at
why
the
I'm saying
bench.
Luiz.
Yeah,
you're
don't-
pointing at Luiz and not looking at.
What
guys,
did I do?
Okay, we've
Mistakes.
settled that. Now we're going around in circles. I agree. Roy has said it's collective responsibility. He said let's not only blame Luiz and us to move on because
I like the way she wants to move on. That's good.
Roy, I'm still an Arsenal fan. I'm not moving on from the team. I'm only moving on from the
Can you
discussion.
imagine they waited how many months for a
There's-
break?
there's-
and
there's-
And then you come here, Limward, 3 kabao.
There's a break.
watch a curfew. Indian bar.
We have to sign new
Curfew
players.
is hour.
The good news, yesterday they told us we can't even afford to keep Luis, by the way. So
You can't afford to keep your problems.
there's a silver lining in this cloud, huh? There's a silver lining. I'm an Arsenal fan. Luckily, next season will come soon because,
Yeah, it's around September.
yeah. So now I'm saying next season.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, safely.
Okay.
Let's look at these guys who were so confident going into their game yesterday.
Yeah.
At the Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah.
Manchester United. I have never seen a team deserve to win so badly
They
and
didn't
not win.
deserve to win. Guys,
No,
No, they played well.
They outplayed Tottenham
well.
for
Because,
most
you know,
of the game.
Mourinho played some useless
completely
football.
outplayed Tottenham.
Okay,
Yeah,
can I-
Yet
can
you
I-
didn't get 3
You
points.
know what I didn't like about that game is the fact that when Man United entered that game, The expectation that Man United would win is very worrying in this sense. If you actually look at the players in Man United, there are a lot of average players.
Yeah.
There are only about 2 or 3 good players who probably one
Actually,
or two
I can tell you, it's the hair at goal, the one Bissaka on the wing, and Bruno Fernandes. That's the entire team.
Right? But yesterday, Nani was unbelievable. Pogba.
Yeah,
well,
he came in later on. That's my point.
Yeah.
Out of the starting side,
The
Man
guys will
United-
start.
Maybe he
Man
should start.
United
It's just
is-
that remember he was in. He had not played for a while because of injury.
Injury.
We don't know.
Domestic.
Yes.
But Pogba for me really
delivered, and let's
delivered.
let's give
So
it away.
did what's the guy? The guy Nani, who scored?
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes.
Okay, let's. Why
But
we're
I
gonna-
give plaudits. Can I use the word like
Hey,
plaudits? I give
plaudits.
plaudits to
Well,
your coach.
I'm going to pray red or I'll give plaudits. One of the two.
No.
Decide which
To
one you're
Ole
taking.
Gunnar Roy, because with what you're calling substandard players, he actually managed to outplay.
Yeah.
That's why I've said, if you look at it, I said we have about 3 amazing players. We have a goalkeeper,
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes, and Paul
Wan-Bissaka,
Pogba.
Yeah.
And
But as much
but I'm just saying,
disrespect as you're giving your side today, Tottenham were in a worse position.
yes, okay.
They
but
didn't have Dele
guys,
Alli. They
but,
didn't have.
but the players they have are good enough. Come on, guys.
No,
Those
the
are
team,
world-class
no.
players.
You see, the Dutch guy they bought just before this COVID business in January. The guy who scored the goal, he has a hard name. I keep forgetting. That guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
He's a Kiluya.
He's a Luya. But that guy plays amazing football. So even as you say, the likes of Hurricane and all that, I don't think they're going to be missed. The problem with yesterday's game by Spurs is that they played a typical Mourinho style football. Absorb,
attack, counter-attack.
It
But
was horrible.
Let's accept the reality.
Horrible to watch.
It was horrible, but we also have to respect Mourinho.
Yeah.
To manage to get a point out of that
Out
game.
of that game,
Their
yeah.
goal was, I don't
Let's
want to say
not lose.
lucky. It's Man United who lost it.
Yeah.
Man
So they
United-
got a good goal because Man United lost
Guys,
it. Counter pop.
let's
Then Mourinho, we all know, is the
he'll
king
pack the
of
bag.
defending goals.
So therefore, Spurs did a good job. Man United were frustrated, right? But let's accept the bigger celebration in this story. Out of the 2 games, Man United Spurs game looked like a game with attitude. You could think, you could think there were fans
In the
watching
stadium, yeah.
that game.
Exactly.
What we have to give the Jaluo word plaudits to is the fact that both teams came up. Plaudits.
I am from Bondo.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
girl
the-
from Bondo.
That's when you give your wife food. Hey, this food has exploded. Yeah? The fact is, both teams came out to the extreme.
Yeah.
Full delivery to the point that we had really horrible incidences of injuries because everyone gave their all.
Yeah.
Both
The
teams came
pushing,
out,
especially.
and I thought that honestly these games would lack character, but they seem to have a little bit of character that they both came out with. So the Spurs game was better than the Arsenal game.
By far, that one I
By
agree.
far.
It was more
Right?
exciting.
More exciting, and we'll accept that. Right?
Even looking at the wall was more exciting.
Radull,
You are just.
let me read a few comments here on Radull Live. Ochi Weeder says, "Man penalty United."
Come on. It was.
No, but everybody agreed that last penalty wasn't a penalty.
It wasn't
Even
a
Ole
penalty.
Gunnar said
course.
it was not.
the
It
fact
was
is,
not.
yeah. So
Yeah. Victor Swago Omera, every player is above average in Manchester United.
no, they're just average. Don't lie to us. There are only 3 players who are above average. I've said Pogba, Fernandes,
And the hair.
and there.
Edward Ombongi, this is my pal who's a red devil. Carol is playing smart at the next season. I'm just being a Ghana. Aukot Boniface says, at Brighton, please do something today. Oh, kelele ni mingi. Let me see. Osmond Karanja, Harry Maguire is a flop. Bruno and Pogba
course
is a
he is.
beautiful
he is.
partnership.
He's a flop
he is.
because there's no shape in the Man United defense.
Yeah.
I keep saying Man United
You
have 2
guys went and
problems.
bought
But you bought it for
bouncer.
so much money.
Okay, this is where Man United are strong. In the middle, they're very strong. This is going to sound sexual, but we'll just have to move through it. In the middle, they're very strong. Behind, unlike the Luos and the Luyas,
They have a Muzungu behind.
in the front, like the Kiku is looking towards the man. They can't finish. That is problem.
Right? I don't have to get in trouble. I need to send some shout outs. Juku Walter is following live from Uganda, from Lira, Uganda. Irene Wangara just says, hello, Carol. She recognizes that I'm sitting here alone. Let me see. Collins KB just says, I'm locked in. Ngesti DS Dunga Mata. Hey, guys, you just use your names. I thought Facebook was going to insist on people using their real names.
Hey, man, you have a very
Tuned.
bad name.
Good
Like
luck,
you're called
Jonathan.
Petronilla. You can't just use it carelessly.
Good luck, Jonathan. Isn't that the president of somewhere? He says he's following. I'm kidding. Michael Siambe says he's
Really
following from Mombasa. Kiambeni. Mercy Lynn says hello. And Nyambura Waredo says the magical voice. And then she puts love hearts. She's obviously talking about me.
Oh, please.
No, come on.
It's
She must
about
be
me,
talking
Buana.
But
You're-
I'm straight.
you're
Guys,
the magical
comments
body of how you
comments
exist.
coming in. Do you think Man United will finish in the top 4? Can they?
High
Because
possibility.
now I think it's 2 points between you and
No, it's.
I think there are a couple of
Chelsea?
things that will play into that. What are their remaining fixtures? I don't see them having very crazy games going towards the end of the season. And the guys are good. They're in good
They're
shape.
good shape and good attitude.
Exactly.
And Chelsea-
2
and the
points
fact that
and a
Pogba,
game behind Chelsea.
So Chelsea win, they'll
Yeah.
go 5 points clear. But Carol, let's just get one thing clear. That's going to have a lot of, hey, I'm going to use a Lou word, impetus on what happens. Impetus. Umesikia hiyo?
hey, yawa.
Every woman wants to meet a man with
Impetus.
impetus. Anyway, the fact is, what's going to happen towards deciding who's in the top 4 is going to be based on one thing. Because football has changed without having fans, it means the teams that have a higher momentum to play without the support of their fans, are
And
going
the
to-
mental strength
the
to
mental
do that.
strength to do that
Yeah.
will go forward better.
Yeah.
So you've got players who don't rely on fans and
Exactly.
home support
Exactly.
and stuff like that. It's going to be how you play your games, whether or not people are
Supporting
you on the side.
Yeah.
So when you look at characters of teams like Liverpool who rely on fans, honestly, not in a bad way.
No, it's true.
Yeah, and City and stuff like that
Yeah,
that
yeah.
rely on fans,
Yeah.
they might have a bit of a challenge. For teams between Man United, Chelsea,
But guys who are just professional footballers.
it's about
Yeah.
professionalism.
Actually,
That
yesterday-
will make the decision.
Yesterday, one of the analysts were actually saying that Spurs actually played better without their fans
Yes.
because the
Yeah.
way they were playing,
Yeah.
the fans would have been abusing them.
Continuously.
The
Could-
way they were
yeah.
playing,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
before
yeah,
they
yeah,
got
yeah.
their goals, their fans would have been abusing
And
them.
remember,
so
even-
this lack of fans is working. Just very quickly, guys. By the way, I put 2,000 bob worth of airtime in the comment section during the show,
Oh, okay.
and I'm putting the first
Hey,
1,000
Say
now.
which currency?
Of Safaricom. Oh, not
Kenyan
$1,000. Not $1,000. 1,000 shillings. The first one is coming just now. So fastest finger first, and then a bit later in the second half of the show, I'll put another 1,000. I just put the numbers and then the fastest. Roy, it's not for you. Put your phone down. It's not for you.
I'm just financially
Send.
stable.
Somebody here, Xavier Gital Masharia, says, I disagree on the Maguire issue. He's a leader and has really brought some form of leadership to the team. Yes, he committed a terrible mistake yesterday, but it was one we have been, can I say SHIT, this season, but we have had a very good defense.
No, I think for Maguire, it's not about whether he's a good defender or not. It's about him being overvalued. If he was just bought for 40, 50 million pounds, nobody will be talking about him. He's your average defender. He's English. He looks like a disco bouncer. It's just
We expected
there was
him
nothing.
to come and take control.
Yeah.
And have
You see, when you
impact.
pay a certain amount of money, you want to see impact. You want to see your Van Dijk.
I was going to say, you
Exactly,
want
you
to
want
see
to
Van
see
Dijk.
that.
But also,
You know.
yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Van Dijk means
Yeah.
in terms of controlling the game.
Controlling the game at the back, yeah?
Just being like a wife.
Exactly.
Yeah, controlling the game,
Hey!
but not looking.
No, but women control everything. We
Yeah,
know.
that's what I'm saying. But you control the game like with a Mwiko or whatever it is.
I distracted you just now when you were talking about fans because I had to tell guys about the airtime.
Yeah.
Just on the issue of fans, I just want to talk very quickly economically
Yeah.
because they're losing a lot in terms of not having fans in the stadium.
Of course.
But it also means that nobody now has home advantage or away advantage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, does it matter where you play right now? Maybe they should have just chosen a central place.
Everybody
And that's
should have
why,
played in Wembley.
that's why you'll know teams which have more metal than
Okay,
other teams.
okay. There's the
Because it's
aspect
gonna be
of playing at home is you're being helped by not having to travel.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the only advantage. But right now there's nothing else because, as we are saying, there's some teams like Liverpool, especially if it's a big fixture, like now the Merseyside derby, they would expect the fans to come behind
carry them.
So a game like tomorrow's game, I would like to see how they'll operate because Manu have shown they can play without fans.
Yes.
And they're very
And that's
comfortable.
where I was going.
Yeah.
I said Man United is capable of. Let me tell you about the advantage of. And this is one thing that slay queens know. Yeah, the advantage of money, it's a motivation by itself.
You don't need to add anything.
Yeah. So when you've got guys who are used to being classy or rich, they motivate themselves by saying, "What is
Money."
Banco
So they perform.
Let me just read a few comments, and then I want us to go into our first break. Then when
Okay.
we come back, we'll also talk about the Merseyside derby. We'll talk
Yeah.
about a few other things. Stanley Mbasha, he also, now that I gave one shout out, the one shout outs. Stanley Mbasha from Qatar. Hapo sasa. Abel Kugonza, it's like he's annoyed we gave a shout out to one Ugandan. He says he's also watching from Uganda. Atikaro, always give credit to Man United where due. Hey! Me, I'm the one who's saying Man United were outplayed Spurs. Roy is the one who's not giving his own team credit.
No, Roy's just saying the average.
Yeah, I'm just saying we can do better.
Roy prepares us not to tukana him.
Exactly. he already,
You know, if
he
you say
already
I'm rubbish,
insults himself.
you can't tell me then I'm rubbish.
I was built for gold, not silver.
Come on.
Let me see. What's that? Peter Anthony Nguni. Roy is funny.
Just funny looking or just funny saying?
And Young Del Power says, I'm following. I'm hardly from Garissa. Yeah. Victor Oswago. Yesterday, Pogba proved that he's still a force in Manchester United. Composure, aggressiveness, and vision. He came in and changed the game. When you spend, you get value. I just think because he spent less time in the salon, he could focus on the game.
You know,
He focused more on the game. He actually looked like a normal human being.
you know, Pogba was an example of what happens because of this pandemic. When you don't have people, I was going to say, to kiss your, what do they say in Luo?
Ring.
I'm not. It's a family show, Roy.
Oh. But even families have it. But
When you they say derriere, oh, that's French.
when you don't have someone to kiss your behind for a long time,
Yeah.
and that's what the pandemic has taught us, you go around fighting to get validation, to get acceptance.
Exactly.
Pogba came out fighting because you've been ignored for so long.
And you find yourself
And he has
slowly.
a point to
You have
prove.
a point to
Yeah,
prove because
now-
you've been
now
ignored
you're
for so
slipping.
long.
You're slowly
But
slipping
because his
into.
players are paid so much money,
Yeah.
why can't they prove that point in every show? Why wait in every game?
Roy
Sorry,
Keane- Yeah.
why wait
Roy Keane
to
made
prove
that
a point when you're down?
Roy
You're paid
Keane-
so much money.
Roy Keane made-
prove the point every week.
Roy Keane made that point about Pogba. He said, you know, the thing is, Evra is a big supporter and friend of Pogba.
Of Pogba, yeah.
Because there's pictures of
Yeah, that one.
En français.
Oh, that's what it's called. Anyway, they speak that language. Because they speak the language of,
They get along.
of that stuff, of uncooked food. What tends to happen is that right now, Roy Keane,
The uncooked food, yeah, not normal.
you know, when you're rich, you stop cooking
Snail.
food. Yeah? So anyway, because they
That's why
speak,
COVID is not Malaysia in Kenya. Guys, cook food. Maka it's overcooked. Kwanza
yeah,
ukuyo.
you know, when you're poor,
Roy, get to your point. We have to take a break just now.
when you're poor, you overcook food. When you're rich, you don't cook it. That's why things are rich.
Like caviar.
Anyway.
Caviar is
Because you're too rich to cook.
it's raw fish eggs.
But when you're poor, you're cooking
everything.
Guys, one more comment and one more.
Carol, I was just making a point that the fact is, Roy Keane made the point that we're not doubting the
Yeah.
skills of Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
We're doubting his commitment to do it
it properly,
in,
yeah.
day
Day in,
out.
yeah.
Which supports your point.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see, cooked.
Paul Mwaniki, Haki Carol. I thought I was watching Robbie's Arsenal Fan TV. Great show. Okay, on that note, we'll take a break. During the break, Kieni and I, there's a reason we look so good. And you'll find out. So here's the first break, and then we'll see you after the break. Three.
Three, 30, 4, 5, 6, 7, stiff punches, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, strong 9, 7, 8, more and more, 9, 10 more, 1, 2, 3,
So it's recording.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, big left, 10, lie down.
Stop recording.
Punch it. 3. 4. 5. 5, 6, 7. Come on. 8. 9. Mind your step. 10. Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5. Let's go. Let's go. 1. 2. 1, 2, power punch. 3, the second punch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 more. 2, 3, jab jab. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, punching. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Perfect.
Oh! Welcome back to Radull Live. Yes, there's a reason, Kieni and I, as I said, you've seen what we've been doing over the last 3 months. We've been exercising. Roy, you haven't told us we look good.
Let me tell you something. You guys have been exercising. You look fantastic, in fantastic shape. Yeah, I don't know for what. Maybe for war. I don't know what you're trying to shape yourselves up for.
Somebody bring back the real Roy.
Yeah,
Let me bring back the real Roy.
you guys are getting in shape to fight your landlords or something of the
Probably.
sort. Let me tell you a fact. I have been keeping in shape, using my problems as a form of motivation, driving me. I'm very healthy.
No wonder you're
because
thin.
I've been running away from my problems.
Guys, I'm going to be giving out another 1,000 shillings of airtime in the next 10 or so minutes. 10, maybe 15 minutes, so stay
Yeah.
close for that. It'll just be posted. I'll just post the numbers in the comment section. Fastest finger first. A few of your comments here. King Victor Emmanuel, greetings to my fellow Liverpool diehard.
Oh, fantastic.
Umepata greetings.
Eh,
Don't take
Oh, yeah, by the way.
I do not.
distancing.
Like the way they're distancing themselves from
Kashi
championships.
Lydia says, I am locked in from Thika. We have missed you guys. As a United fan, we deserved to win yesterday, but since we all know the special one, na kupark the bus, we were satisfied with 1 point. You guys,
Fact.
and you know Mourinho, he's been at Old Trafford before.
He did it as best as he could.
Yeah.
He won the Champions League with Inter Milan. That's
and
using that style, you know.
Exactly.
And Porto
And
using
Porto.
that style.
Yeah.
Baba Lebron says, I'm not a football fan, but I'm a fan of Carol Radull's voice and English.
Sasa huwe natafuta kazi.
huyu anatafuta kazi huyo.
Pesa na vitu zingine siwezi sema
Wrong
hapa.
show, wrong show. This wrong
Nicholas,
show.
Nicholas Otieno
Even I've got
Jakadenge.
flick.
Roy, Nicholas Otieno Jakadenge says, Radull, I'm a Chelsea fan, lakini before Mourinho, aingie Tottenham, Spurs were playing attractive football under Pochettino.
I
The
agree.
problem
Yeah,
was Silva, and for United, there are some players will never improve the likes of Rashford, Marshall, and Maguire. A few points there. But it's so true.
But
Tottenham under
Martial
Pochettino.
finally
No.
started playing some good football, eh?
You see some good football
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it comes in instances, and that's the problem with Man
Oh,
He's
they're
not
United.
consistent.
reliable. He's not
He's not
consistent,
reliable.
yes.
Man U does not have consistent players, and that's why Bruno Fernandes is a revelation.
he's looking
because
like the star.
for the first time, we've got a player with the right attitude
Attitude.
towards the game,
Yeah.
and that's why again I use Roy Keane. He keeps saying This player is what United is all about.
The point about Mourinho and Tottenham playing attractive football. I actually think Tottenham made a mistake getting rid of Pochettino.
Yeah.
They did,
A matter of
definitely.
time. I think they were in a hurry to win trophies. I think Mourinho, for me, knows how to win trophies, but if you're bringing in Mourinho, don't expect attractive.
Let me tell you something in
It's
life,
not his
Kieni.
thing.
Don't get rid of your man when he's climbing up. Kwa sababu natafuta governor. Amekuwa MCA lakini anasukuma the things.
He's
Mpatie
okay.
time.
But
Anze
Pochettino,
kuiva. Anze kuiva.
Roy,
Give me
Pochettino,
time.
I think for them, he was being an MCA for too many. For too long.
He's not moving even.
Kuiva.
Aingia hata ka
Why
parliament.
will you be an MP? You know.
Yake hasikiki.
I
By
want
the
the
way,
snake
imagine-
queen to wait forever.
Hey, Select Queens have exactly 3 months. Then they
Wycliffe
expire.
Odondi says Maguire was the first one to prove that he can't stop reggae. Amos keeps Bano, the most common question in my timeline. I need your jersey.
Which one?
Bato
This one?
I don't. Hey, this one with Henri's autograph and Perez.
Hii ya masiku za
And
Kanu.
Kanu.
Siku za
Kanu.
Kanu. Kanu days.
This thing reminds me of independence.
I am
That's
going
what
to
this
look
jersey-
for every single Invincible. Will end up having to sign this jersey.
All the guys who fungered in
See, Henri
Kapenguria.
is
You
now
know,
Victor Wanyama's
that thing-
manager.
Yeah.
I'm Victor.
No.
I'm going to go to Canada.
All the guys who signed it.
Huh?
All the guys who signed this jersey.
No,
she's
I want to
looking
get
for
the
the
whole
Invincibles.
Invincibles to sign
But
this.
you see, Roy,
They were in
that's why-
Kapenguria 7.
Yeah,
So-
Kapenguria 7.
They all
But
go.
you see, that's where she's reached. Where Liverpool were. Living in your history.
Let me tell you something.
Let me get back to. We need to focus.
Yeah.
Obimbo Wodachieng says European commitments will also determine how the log will be shaped come the end of the season. Chelsea Spurs are technically out. Chelsea Spurs. Oh, Leicester and Sheffield.
Chelsea. Why Chelsea out?
I think he means out of the top 4. Which
Chelsea.
means he thinks Man United are going to go into the top, or going to take Chelsea. There's only 2 points difference, although Chelsea have a game in hand.
Yes.
Leicester and Sheffield are not travelling for European assignments. I'd say Spurs might pip United and Wolves to 5th. I don't think he has a point there because they've released the schedule for Champions League.
Yeah.
And round of 16 will be played on the first week of August. By then, the season.
That guy
By
has
then,
0
The
points.
season will be wrapped up.
yeah, there's
more
no
or
Champions
less.
League between now and the end of the season.
Exactly.
He has
'Cause
got
they're
no
pl-
points. He said Chelsea have no chance.
No.
He says Man United will win.
He thought that because they have European commitment, they won't be able to.
You see,
focus
the
on
league is
league.
not back to how it was,
Yeah,
before, with the traveling and all that. So, what I'm saying is that the fixtures in England are the ones which are going to determine.
Yeah, I'd like to close on that, Carol. Yeah, with Europe,
Not
how's it
yet
going
closing.
No,
But yeah, okay.
let's go to Europe. The implication of Europe on this.
Yeah.
Europe, the entire switch around Europe and how fast the Champions League will be carried out will not have an implication on the league
They won't.
Because-
That's what Karo is
because
saying.
it's too quick.
It's too quick. You
So
see,
why-
you're
why
going
you
and
bringing
playing
Champions League.
It's
and
basically like you're going to play a sevens tournament.
Yeah.
You guys are set
In,
up in
out.
one place. Yeah. It's not really gonna.
The only sad part about the
But
Champions
there's no
League.
Europe because they're playing the league midweek,
Exactly.
midweek
Yeah.
weekend till it ends. Then
The Champions
we go
League.
to Europe.
So it has no effect.
That's no effect at all.
Tomorrow,
Yeah,
Everton, Liverpool.
Mercy said Derby is back.
I know you guys were
See wait, she
supporting.
asked a question, Bana Baba.
These guys were supporting Arsenal to beat City.
Of course.
The impossible.
Yeah.
So that they could have won the league
At Everton.
Goodison Park.
Yeah.
That would have been so painful
Exactly.
for Everton fans, and you would still be at home because
And
it's
would
in
still be-
Liverpool.
exactly.
That's not going to happen. And
No,
what
so-
I told you is focus on beating Everton.
Yeah, actually, the biggest challenge that we have, because we're still yet to play City, but it puts a lot of pressure on tomorrow's game.
Okay, yeah.
But having watched the Liverpool squad play against themselves, they played an 11 aside within the squad. I think guys are still fit. That's a good thing. But it's going to be a difficult game because now we're still looking at, we still have to play City at some point. So, and
Trying to play the humble card.
we're looking for 6 points, Roy. And if you can win the 6 points before you get to City, the better. Okay? Because you don't want to get to a point where you're hinging your 6 points on those two fixtures that you're gonna meet there. Remember again, just before COVID, Liverpool was struggling, yeah? We had
You're complicating this issue.
No,
You've got one game that if you win it, the job is done.
it's half done.
They still need
We still need another win.
Another 3 points which you will get after City. It doesn't matter when you get them. You will get it.
because you have what? You have like 8 games.
Yeah, we've got 8 games.
Sort out this game and the job is
8
done.
times 3 is?
24.
And you need how many points?
6.
3.
6.
You had 9 games.
They need 6.
We need 6.
Can you've played 29 games?
Yeah.
So you have 9 games, right? This Everton game
Yeah.
decides for you.
Yeah, actually, we win
Once
this
you
one.
sort this out,
Yeah.
you have 1 game.
Yeah.
So focus on a game at a time, which is what Klopp is all about.
Yeah.
He means a game at a time.
Yeah.
So let's not talk about City and it's not about who's important in the future. It's about where Liverpool is mentally. And I say, Carol, I don't see why we're still discussing whether Liverpool win the league or not. What kind of a discussion are we having?
It's when.
It's just.
By the way, Michael Owen kept saying it yesterday.
It's a matter of when.
It's a matter of what. But I like the fact that I think it hasn't gotten to the players, because that can be the unhinging part of it. Just let the players focus.
That if you win the league before you win the league.
Exactly.
You win it mentally.
Exactly.
You
And that's
guys have a
and you see at the time when we were fixed by these guys, Watford, 3-0. And it was a game which the players had won in their mind. Because they were seeing, we put away Watford, then I think we were supposed to play Bournemouth, and they were saying, the league is coming.
Guys,
they need to concentrate on this game.
I think you guys, it's about Champions League. This game is done.
Even Champions League, we're out.
Yeah,
So
I
we were
know.
knocked out
We
by
are.
Nani.
So I'm saying it's about Champions League.
Atletico.
The English Premier League is as good as done with Liverpool winning it. The biggest point we're going to discuss is about the top 4 finish. That's the biggest thing. And whether Arsenal can get anywhere within Europe. I don't know whether you guys still have a chance of getting somewhere within Europe.
Hey, I want to finish on page 1.
Your
I have already
expectations
said
have
next
been,
season.
Your expectations have angukad.
Arsenal-
They don't even meet the curfew.
Arsenal needs to finish
Arsenal is outside
on page
curfew.
1.
Wanakunywa mpaka midnight.
I'm looking at the standings here.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's look at top 4. Liverpool is gone. City's
Okay, that's
gone.
gone, right.
Leicester's as good as gone because they are. Let me see. Leicester are
Let's say through.
7. They're 7 points ahead of United. Not yet.
Don't shout.
They're 7 points ahead of
Just talk
United.
a bit humbly.
They're playing against Watford in the next 15 minutes or so.
yeah.
So Leicester are not done and dusted yet, but 7 points is still
Yeah,
a
it's
good
good.
gap.
Yeah.
Then there's Chelsea, who are 2 points ahead of Man United with a game in hand. Yeah. Remember, even Leicester have a game in hand on you because you played yesterday. So the challenge is whether Manchester United can enter into the top 4. It's a tall order.
It's a tall order.
Given what happened last night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I keep saying that it's a tall order. We're looking at Chelsea, and that's the discussion we should have, and whether City will be suspended, right? Realistically, and let's face it.
And you're praying for someone else's downfall
by
for
the
you
way,
to have a
that's-
chance.
I've become a total Kenyan. My progress-
Schadenfreude.
It's called Schadenfreude.
That one.
My progress comes from your failure. I'm a true
But it's true. I don't campaign and tell you what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll
you
say
what
what my opponent
will
won't
not
do.
Come on, have that.
So is that your only hope? But you know, right now, for me, I'm finding it so hard to actually analyze some of these because you don't know what teams have been doing during the break.
Yes,
You don't know
you
how
have to
until
watch-
you at
You
least
have to
watch
watch
their
like
first
one
game.
set of games, and then now you have some
We
sort
don't
of
know what
opinion.
Leicester's going to
You
play
know,
today.
Exactly.
We don't know the Chelsea that's going to play
Someone
tomorrow.
analyzed basketball and talked about NBA and talked about the fact that in the NBA, he said, you're going to have to say that whenever someone becomes an NBA champion this year, it's going to be put with an asterisk because you won it in a very strange time.
Yeah.
This thing is going to demand a lot out of individuals, a lot out of teams individually, because they have no reliance on support, which is a big basis of sport. Lack of support
Yeah. True.
is going to really govern
fans-
whether you have the personality
Yeah.
to be able to win things.
Yeah.
And the guys who have got lack of personality, they're not affected by feelings, their love, their marriages are not moved by that. I can only say this.
Why are you talking about James Milner?
No, I'm talking about Bayern Munich might win the Champions League. Germans,
The Germans.
they don't have the feelings.
You know, Bayern Munich quickly swept away teams. You know, you can't
Without
see that-
feelings.
Without feelings.
Yani, Bayern Munich.
Home support.
It's like,
home support.
by the way, it's like the lockdown never affected Bayern Munich.
yeah, they don't even
It's like
need
they never
relatives.
stopped training.
They're not like us. At
You know, I tried to watch one. I think I was watching,
relatives.
I think it was Bayern Werder Bremen or something.
No feelings.
No feeling. You know, Madarao.
You
Five.
just meet someone. Tap,
Five,
tap.
6.
And that's why you go to England and Spain there. Oh, my family, my
Yeah.
this. Germany, let's get these jobs done. That's it. No feeling.
Yeah, but Germany is functional. They're functional.
Yeah.
Your
The team-
chance, your
most
chance,
women
your
prefer
chance,
that by
your
the
chance
functional.
for top 4. Tomorrow Chelsea is playing against Villa. eh?
Yeah.
Villa are in the relegation zone. And the second half of the season, we
It's
all
about
know
survival, yeah.
It's about survival.
Chelsea
Yeah,
are
yeah.
bigger than
So,
this. I'll
but
say
you
it.
don't know. The Chelsea that comes tomorrow might be like Arsenal.
Yeah, by the way.
We're
No,
twice
you're
as
getting carried away now. No?
okay. That's
Sasa umefikia kwa matracks.
You're nearly
or
Alwanda.
Norwich. Did you
I'm
watch
going to
Norwich
call Ministry of
yesterday?
Health.
Did you watch Norwich yesterday? They were bad.
Yeah, horrible.
They were horrible.
But,
But
you
they're
see,
bottom of the
them they're
league.
already going down. So guys went on holiday.
Holiday. Yeah.
Villa has a chance of surviving. Tomorrow
Yes.
they're going to give Chelsea a hard time. But we also, again, I keep saying, we don't know what guys have been doing during
Yeah,
the break.
yeah.
We don't know what fitness levels they're going to come
Chelsea
back
know what's
with.
in
Chelsea's
store.
Chelsea's
Chelsea
only
know
good
what's in
thing is
store.
going into this. They've gotten a good player in Werner, Timo Werner, and I think he's going to come in and fix that problem they had at number 9. They are not aggressive. They are doing everything. They are doing everything
They're
properly.
not finishing the job.
They are not finishing.
Why are you describing United?
Okay, why are you
They get a
describing-
date, but there's no
Why are you
relationship after
describing
that.
an improved Arsenal?
There's a guy here, Jack Omenda says, how do you guys even reconcile talking about Arsenal? It's excruciatingly painful next season. But the only way you can recover is when you talk about your
You have
problems.
to talk about your
If you
problems.
don't talk
Is
about
that-
your
you see,
problems,
this
you keep
is-
them in, you'll go crazy.
This is like
You
going
get
to
depression.
see a shrink. Just talk about your issues.
Okay, no, Africans don't understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Africans go to see a witch doctor. So just be a bit weird.
With a white chicken.
Yeah.
Can we maturely analyze tomorrow's game between Everton and Liverpool?
Okay.
Because
Fact is,
on paper, on form, before the break, obviously
Yeah,
we'd
yeah,
give it to Liverpool.
Yeah.
But the Merseyside derby is never easy.
It's never easy, and it's been played at Everton. Good thing is that there are no fans. That's an
That's what my
advantage to
point is.
Liverpool.
that's
It's an advantage
But
to
does that make a
Liverpool.
difference to you? Because at Everton is what? 100 meters away from Anfield?
Yeah, they're right
And the
across
fans
road.
come anyway.
They
Your
c-
fans come
yeah,
anyway.
they
But
do.
the Everton fans are crazy.
But you
guys.
see, the only difference is when we are hosting or they are hosting, you get ticket allocation. So basically, in a stadium like ours of about 60,000, you'll get maybe only 5,000.
where you guys
Everton
playing?
fans.
At their place or your place?
We're playing
Goodison.
at Goodison. But you see,
Now that there are no fans, it's actually
it's an advantage to Liverpool. The only thing is, as we are saying, these players from Everton, who by the way are not pretty bad, because you got the likes of this guy who's played for Arsenal, the short guy, the winger. They
Let's say
bought
black person. At
they
this
bought
time.
they bought reconditioned players, like
Yeah.
Schneider and all
Is it
those.
Theo? You're calling that
Schneiderlin.
short guy?
Theo.
Yeah, Theo Walcott.
Theo
you
Walcott
call
is-
him
he's not
Theo, it's
short.
like your pals.
No,
You're a short
no,
man.
you can't describe people in an African manner where you describe people by what they do.
Yeah.
Who ambaye alipangi madeni zake. You don't do things like that. That's very weird.
Roy, who's
No.
always late. That
Yeah,
guy
that
is always
guy.
You're in public.
late. So, yeah.
So anyway, I think the only thing is what we can say is that I've watched Liverpool play in their
Yeah,
training.
yeah,
I watched their game. Guys seem to be fit. Now let's see the Everton side that will show up. But me, I'm giving Liverpool that
I'll
game.
give Liverpool that
100%.
game. Carol, I'll give-
The fact that the fans are not in that stadium.
And
is
the
going
thing
to
is,
help.
as I said, this thing is dependent right now to move from reliance on fan support to professionalism.
Exactly.
And if you look at the individuals in Liverpool,
They'll play their
they
game.
have got individuals like Van Dijk. It's not about fans.
Yeah.
Them football.
And Robo and Trent. I mean, they'll do their job. Whether
they
they're
don't
fans
whether
or-
they're fans or no fans.
Yeah, you know.
I think for Liverpool players, the fact that you've never won the Premier League, modern day Premier League,
Exactly.
you were so close. Then after the lockdown,
Yeah.
nobody was sure how these leagues were going to proceed.
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
they're going to allow Liverpool to even finish this
Finish
and
the
get
league, yeah.
Now you've been given
An opportunity.
another life.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to.
There's no messing up.
Mess
No,
it
this
up.
one
In
for
general,
sure.
had this not been in a situation
And you
where
have the
Liverpool,
players.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
had this been in a
And
situation,
I was actually checking on injuries. We don't have any.
that's what I'm
we
saying.
don't have any
had this
injuries.
been a position where Liverpool was not so far ahead, where it was teams were tight, close,
It was tight. Yeah.
Liverpool are very reliant on home support,
They are.
right? So had this been different,
Yeah,
things
you would be
could have
talking a
been
different
different
story.
a different story.
Yeah.
But now that they're this far ahead, their minds are in the right space. They don't need the fans anymore.
They don't need the fans. And you see what they're looking at is they're looking at 2 wins. So they're like, you know
They
what?
don't
If we
need
don't
the
win
fans.
it, we don't need the fans.
I want to look at the rest of Europe because the minute you leave out the top 4,
Yeah.
you have 3 teams that get into.
Champions
Europa.
League. Europa,
There are
yes.
3 teams that get into Europa.
Yeah.
City have already won
The League Cup.
the League Cup, but
Yeah.
so
That's
it means
gone.
you have 3 other positions.
Yeah.
So the way I see it, Manchester United are going back to Europa.
Oh dear.
Unless you can win it if it continues.
This virus is
Then
affecting
there's
people
Sheffield.
mentally.
There's Sheffield who are behind you by 2 points. Then there's Wolves behind them by 1 point, but with a game in hand. Then Tottenham. Hey, yani Arsenal.
Tottenham are where?
Hey,
8th.
Arsenal, forget.
Yeah.
Tottenham were 8th.
What?
Sheffield, I feel, was so unfairly treated this week. They had a clear penalty, which wasn't given because there was no battery in the.
Are you serious?
In the
Yeah.
Oh my God.
the ball went over the line.
You know that one in
It
Kenya,
was inside.
the referee is slapped.
No.
You know that one, there's no discussion.
But there was a technical problem with his watch. Someone said maybe the battery went flat.
That
So he
one-
didn't get the buzz.
No.
The ref didn't get the buzz. And
That
it was a
one,
goal.
yeah, no, it's
So it was
really-
not given, but it was
But they
so
should have
clearly-
at least even used VAR.
clearly. It just
You know,
everything failed.
Everything failed,
What?
Kenny. And
So it was
ridiculous.
not given. And for
If it was
Sheffield,
Kenya,
Sheffield,
no,
If
would
it's
have-
Kenya,
Sheffield could
would
have
have
got
gone
a
to
Champions
Twitter to
League
sort it
spot.
out.
yeah,
They would have been ahead of United right now
Yeah.
if that goal was given.
Hey, calm down.
So at worst, I see Sheffield in Europa, and then it's between Wolves and Tottenham.
Yes.
Arsenal for
But Sheffield are still going through that. You know
They
that
will get
first season.
They will get into Europa, Kieni. Let's not have a long discussion about
They're
it.
going through that first season, where you're on form, whatever. But are they going to sustain it for the next
cares?
9? They'll probably fall off that, Nini,
They are not going to.
because the pressure from teams like Spurs and Arsenal who have to play in Europe, for them it's a must.
Roy Kieni, remove
Hey,
Arsenal.
Kenny have become your
Even I'm
problem.
saying,
We remove Arsenal.
even I'm saying, did you see how we played? Short of a miracle, remove Arsenal.
Sheffield play
I
good
wish we could
football.
record it. Okay, we are recording. Yeah, this one we have to play it even when we meet later.
In the
Remove
future.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
She has actually
And the
accepted.
government
We are
can look
boggers.
at the National Archives and keep replaying it. The fact remains, Carroll has conceded the fact that Arsenal were not ready for this second half.
No, they won't.
They were not ready for this. And I'll tell you, Kenny, we don't know which Sheffield will turn up, but if they do turn up as they were before,
No, they're playing good football.
if they were as they were before,
Yeah.
then they're definitely in Europe. That's a fact. The top 4,
How
let's
far,
leave
is,
it
how far is Wolves?
Wolves is just
point.
is 2 points behind Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Okay, they'll kill each other between the two of them.
And then Tottenham is also up there as well.
Aye.
Wait, I want to see. Wolves is Sheffield is on 44, Wolves is on 43, and
It's
Tottenham
1
on
point, I told
42.
you.
There's a bout there, a good one.
There's a good fight
And
coming
let's not
up.
go down to see what
Where
Arsenal is on.
Arsenal-
It's too far. It's too far.
Spurs is going to be in Europe.
Yeah,
Sheffield United have the metal. I don't think Wolves do have the metal. Man United, it's just a matter of them waiting for whether they're I was going to say their social the money they have sent to
Through the Nini.
Chuck's Man City. Chuck's in Man City, and then we're in business. We'll be in Champions League.
Aye.
Otherwise, I'll say a fact. If Man City stay in the Champions League, I'm really still not confident in the Man United side we have because I'm used to having good things in life. And right now, we've got
I want to get to a few more comments here. Young Del Powers, he says, watching you guys live is thrilling.
That guy sounds like he's doing something very dirty.
I was going to say it
There's
sounds
something
sexual.
Extendella, you can sort him out.
Yeah. Wrong show.
Wrong.
Then he says Arsenal needs a few more years of cohesion to mature.
Yeah, good point.
But what do you mean?
But we've been talking about those
But
years.
there's no
But those
few
players
more
have been
years.
playing
We've been talking about those years since Wenger, since
Since
before
the days.
Wenger left. Since before Wenger left.
You know, if I can use the words of abnormally.
They
In
can.
abnormally, we don't give you time. Right now, you've got to get it. If you don't get it now, you're never going to get it.
Right now, Arsenal's not getting anything. Decal says Arsenal must bring back Wenger to perform, or else I see Arsenal going to relegation.
Oh, come on.
Painful.
I don't think bringing back
Kanyingi
an
Joshua says, let's discuss Chelsea signing. Happy birthday, Frank Lampard. Okay. Josfat, why do you guys have a Leicester shirt or a scarf? Where's the Leicester shirt?
Why don't we
I think he's talking about that one.
He thinks this is a Leicester shirt.
That's Arsenal. He says this yellow one. That's Arsenal.
That thing depends on the quality of your TV. or your phone.
Hizi masimu za China hizi.
It's not our responsibility.
Ati
Simu za
Roina,
bandia, it's not our responsibility.
Boniface Nyang Moimbo, Roina Kusle Nayo.
Okay, I don't like that feeling.
That's another guy who's
But I'm on offer. How much are you paying?
Xavier Gital Masharia says, once Chelsea got the transfer ban, it was their blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Their young players had the confidence because their
Exactly.
position in the team remained unchallenged. Now that every player is being linked to the move to Stamford Bridge, I think it will have a negative psychological impact on the players. He
I
does
don't
have
think
a good
so.
point.
I don't think
he
so.
has a point.
No, let me tell you something, Caro. In every team, you must have a spine. Those guys, they've said, Lampard has said fixing it from the front. Okay? So he needs to get another guy here in the middle who's, okay.
But you can't deny, Kieni, that it also it damages the confidence of those players who have been delivering for you.
Well, you see, the reality is they're delivering, but are you on top of the league? You want to be top of the league. How are you going to do that?
When
you need
Chelsea
to bring
couldn't
players.
sign, we thought
They
Chelsea
would-
right
they would-
now
yeah.
would be where Arsenal is and vice versa.
Actually, by the way.
The fact that they're in the top 4, they're almost
Comfortable,
guaranteed
yeah,
Champions
You
League.
see,
Not
the
yet,
thing
almost.
is, Chelsea have the meat to keep them in that top 4. That's
Yeah.
what keeps them there.
Because
It's not their style, their strategy, or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
You just have the basics that keep you there. You know,
And
when
then you have
know,
bursts of
I'll
good
tell you
form
this.
from guys like Pulisic,
A good Mercedes
N'Golo Kante,
is better than a souped-up Pro Box.
Yeah,
A bad
that's
Mercedes is better than a souped-up
Pro Box.
It's
Exactly.
a reality.
Yeah.
So Chelsea have the meat to keep them up there. For those who have not had the chance to exploit those cars.
Come on.
We almost have to wrap, Just to let you know what to look forward to today. Watford Leicester is kicking off right now.
Okay.
At 5 o'clock, we have...
Hey, Maze football is back. Do you know
Brighton?
we serve a living God?
we serve a living God. Brighton versus
People
Arsenal.
had to have relationships with conversations.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
You
Where
sit in
ask
the
a
house on
question
Sato
and
and
you
you're
have to answer the question.
You can't say I'm watching the game. So Brighton Arsenal, that is at 5 o'clock. West Ham Wolves is at 7:30. Bournemouth, who are fighting relegation, they're playing against Crystal Palace at 9:45 p.m. tonight. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Newcastle versus Sheffield.
That's
So
not
Sheffield is
bad.
not-
Very interesting
That's
game.
good.
It
But
is.
again, this is Newcastle without support.
Yes. Now, this is another team that also needs fans.
They need their fans.
More
Newcastle
importantly-
without their fans is like Kibira without.
Okay.
Wacha tu.
So, no, it's like ODM without
without Chris
Kibira.
Darling.
Yeah, tunyamaze, tunyamaze.
And then let me see, 6:15 p.m. tomorrow, Aston Villa versus Chelsea, relegation versus Chelsea. And then 9 o'clock, there's the Everton-Liverpool
Liverpool
game.
match, yeah.
And then on Monday, there's City versus Burnley.
All right.
What? Burnley? I wish we could have a conversation as a Ghana
We're facing an angry
and
city.
tell you how to prepare this for this game.
Because I think Raheem Sterling, that racism thing, he's chomoring all the
That's
stress on
out
them.
of, yeah.
He's doing those zooms, Madarao.
The worst part to meet is a determined black man. Scariest animal on earth.
Anyway, guys, we have to wrap the show. So
Yeah.
I'll allow you to have your parting shot just now. I've put 2,000 bob worth of airtime, 1,000 in the first half of the show, 1,000 in the second half of the show worth of Safaricom airtime. So it's fastest finger first. And I do
All
that
right.
every week. Thank you,
Hey,
Safaricom,
the
for
fastest
giving me
finger
that
first dance
airtime.
good also. But
Sorry?
okay. Fast, okay, you'll be faster than
Team
me.
fastest finger first.
Yeah, me, I'm
Roy, the airtime is not for you, it's for the viewers.
Roy is wishing it was his. Anyway.
Roy has finished his money. But guys,
you know when you're living on the love of God.
By the way.
Nimefika huko.
then Bernard Ariro says, Radull, why do you have Arsenal and Man United jerseys while they aren't the top two in the EPL? Let's make this show as impartial as possible
Oh, Lord.
without
Oh,
favoring
come on.
Man
Go
United
back,
and Arsenal.
Senate.
From a United fan.
That's the MCA who wants to check governors.
Oh,
this is Liverpool,
Yeah.
if you can see. This is Arsenal.
Yeah.
The show is called Radull Live. So
Jenny
this is
Scoba.
Arsenal.
No,
This
no.
is Arsenal. This is Arsenal.
just
You're on the wrong show.
you're on
whoever
the
you
wrong
are.
show. This is not BBI.
It is not BBI.
Yeah?
You know the problem with Kenyans, they want rights on everything.
Everything. Love. No.
The
There's
worst
something
part-
called bias in life. and deal
He's
with it.
attacking me for having so many Arsenal jerseys.
And you
The
support
bottom
Arsenal.
line is we're doing the worst in the league. that is what matters.
Yeah.
The performance in the league right now. And we're
Exactly.
doing I'm just consoling myself. I'm
Guys,
surrounding
remember,
myself with
one
love.
thing we have to remember is we learn by people's mistakes, so we need to learn from Arsenal.
Parting shot, Kieni. Or should we just congratulate you now for winning the
Yes,
league?
yes, please do.
Congratulations.
Anyway, I'm just gonna watch the match tomorrow, and I hope we can get it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
You got to
You're
get
lucky.
it.
You're lucky there's COVID. So you can't. You're watching alone in the house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I'll be in the house.
My
There's
parting shot is
nobody-
very simple. Thanks, Carol, for at least having the opportunity to spend some time again together. I know, unfortunately,
Hey, Roy,
one
you
thing I
sound like,
realized. One thing I realized
This guy has been doing government meetings.
No,
Sounds
yeah.
like
He's
he
have
works
too
for
much
FKF.
protocol.
Yeah.
Where's Roy?
By the way.
Yeah, I know how to keep. the Dhudha, I know to. So the fact remains, Carol, we have to appreciate the fact that what COVID has told me is how much I miss my enemies, not even my friends.
Just to meet them every week.
Thanks for meeting you guys again.
You're an idiot.
Just to console yourself.
Guys,
Guys,
again.
the airtime is given on the timeline. You see, this is now an inbox. This is now the story of my life. Radull, I have never been swift enough kupata hii airtime.
So the guy saying you send him
Ati-
direct.
Ati, suppose you think of doing something about that.
What? I'm telling you this thing of rights in Kenya. Guys,
By
will
the way,
have rights
guys,
on your belongings.
if you like
Corruption
Radull
is
Live,
in our DNA.
Roy, if you like the page Radull Live, I
Yeah.
randomly give out airtime throughout the week.
Ah.
500 bob.
You just
And-
give.
Yeah. And just
Yes,
so you
he's
know,
a
there's
governor.
another show called
Right there.
Tuchapiane that's done by Bramwell
Bramwell.
Karamoja.
Yeah.
He gives out airtime on his show as well.
Even another governor.
So
Yeah.
you have another chance. And his show is on Sundays and Wednesday evenings.
Does he put his face on sanitizers also?
Guys, thank you so much for watching today. Yeah, the EPL is back. The EPL is back.
It's been real. You can get it.
You can get it.
Arsenal's not going to get it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week for Radull Live again.